Hello ladies and gentlemen, in this video we are going to see about a sulfur cycle. Okay, sulfur cycle is a form of a sedimentary cycle. Sulfur cycle is a sedimentary cycle except these two forms. Okay, SO2 and H2S, except these two forms, all other forms are a sedimentary cycle. These two are gaseous. Okay. So what is the concept is that plants absorb the sulfur in the form of sulfate. Okay. So plants absorb the sulfur in the form of sulfate. So during the weathering of rocks, the sulfur that was stored in the rocks will get washed away by means of a runoff and water. And during precipitation, SO2 and H2S in the atmosphere, in the presence of a sunlight, will get oxidized. So this runoff water will consist of a sulfate from a precipitation and the weathering of rocks. This sulfate in the runoff water will come to the land. Sulfate SO4. Okay. So this sulfate will be absorbed by the plants. So it was a complex cycle. Okay, sulfate was converted into various methods. H2S and HS that is present in the land can be converted into sulfate by means of a bacterial oxidation, by means of a bacteria. Okay, bacteria will do a oxidation process here and the H2S will be converted into sulfate. During a bacterial reduction process, which was also done by a certain bacteria, a sulfate will be again converted into H2S, which was stored as a fossil fuel. After the death of plants and animals, a decomposition process will occur. After the death of plants and animals, a decomposition process will occur where organic sulfur will also stored as a fossil fuel. When this fossil fuel was extracted and smelting and burning of a fossil fuel, what happens is that the sulfur again reaches the atmosphere in the form of a sulfur dioxide and H2S. Okay, so this is what the sulfur cycle. Here, due to the leaching, okay, due to the leaching process, due to the runoff process, this sulfate again goes to the water and becomes sulfide. Okay, so it was a complex process. Plants absorb the sulfate, which was converted from a sulfur by means of a bacteria, by means of a oxidation that occurs here. So again the sulfate was reduced into a sulfur, which again stored as a fossil fuel will go to the atmosphere. So this is the sulfur cycle. Thank you.